So you're now openly gay. Well, I guess you were. Now, is there pressure if you become the NDP leader that you have to be the best dressed in caucus because now you're the leader?
Well, I've always been told that I was one of the best dressed in caucus. So, I mean,
So that's an advantage.
Oh, absolutely, it's an advantage.
So how's the whole leadership thing? Is it stressful for you or having fun?
It's different. It's exciting. It's challenging. Sometimes it's frustrating, but it's a lot of fun so far, and it's a lot of hard work. But it also plays hell with your diet. We were in Creston the other night, got in at 10:30. Creston's a small place, so there wasn't in fact, there wasn't anything open except the 7-Eleven. So my dinner that night was a can of Coke, a packet of beef jerky, and an apple from Washington State.
Well, that's the success. If you happen to win, there'll be a run at 7-Eleven in Creston.
There'll be a BC apple at the 7-Eleven in Creston if I win.
This is true. Now, you're known for your quick wit and your humor. Now, is this whole leadership thing just really a test so that you can get on Saturday Night Live or another political comedy show?
I'm already on the best political comedy show in BC, the BC Legislature. That's the best show in Canada.
That's true. Don't let the others know, because then you'll have to do advertising for speed skaters or that type of thing.
If you can make it to BC Legislature, you can make it anywhere else in Canada.
Right, with John Horgan, NDP leadership candidate. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
How does it feel to be interviewed by a monkey?
This is the first time I've been interviewed by a monkey, absolutely. An inanimate monkey, but a monkey nonetheless.
Well, this is what happens when you want to get in the spotlight of political, because there's a lot of political animals out there. So
Sure, fair enough. I have no quarrel with monkeys. Mammals are my friends.
There you go. So how is the leadership candidate race going for you?
So far, so good. I'm having fun. I'm traveling around the province. I'm meeting interesting people, interesting monkeys, talking to people, trying to get a message of hope and a message of positivism for the NDP. We don't need to be negative all the time. It's not about hate the Liberals, love the New Democrats. It has to be vote for the New Democrats because we stand for something. We stand for core values that people can embrace, and a progressive economy, a progressive education system, and protection of our natural environment. Those are the issues I like to talk about, and I'm getting a receptive audience. Monkeys like to protect the environment, I'm sure.
Of course, that goes without saying. Now, being in Victoria and coming to Vancouver, this is quite a trek. Now that you're a leadership candidate, do you get an automatic frontline reservation with BC Ferries?
I don't. I stand. In fact, I missed the ferry a couple days ago by 5 cars, just like the 4 in front of me. So I had to wait for 2 more hours for the ferry to come. But today I came from Smithers. I flew from the north into Vancouver. But coming from the island, I'm spending a lot of times with Admiral David Hahn, the $1 Million Man, and eating a lot of cheeseburgers and fries.
He's an admiral now.
That's what I'm calling him. For $1 million, you could probably get whatever label you want.
How does it feel to be interviewed by a monkey?
I'm very moved. It's very exciting. It's a first in my leadership campaign, and I think it's a big moment for me.
It should be. Now, Mike Farnsworth.
It's Mike, by the way, it's Mike Farnworth. He really gets upset when you call him Farnsworth. So it's Farnworth. Remember that.
Oh, really?
He might have gone after the monkey, but he's very, very, very insistent that it's Farnworth.
Oh man, I messed that up. We'll have to fix that in post-production.
He's a great guy, great candidate.
Yeah, well, he might take me out after because he was quite friendly on camera.
Was he friendly on camera even when you called him Farnsworth?
Well, because the monkey, we get away with a lot of
The
things.
monkey gets away with more, that's true.
Yeah. So, Mike, he's openly gay, and we'd asked him that if he becomes the NDP leader, he would be pressured to be the best dressed in caucus. Is that something you would hold against him?
Actually not, and in our caucus, the best dressed guy has been Harry Lally for several decades. We've actually retired Harry's Armani suit, and so it's not possible for Mike to be the best dressed guy in caucus. Harry Lally first, Spencer Chandra, Herbert second, and then Mike. I think Mike we could accept for the bronze medal.
So are you pandering for Harry's votes for your leader?
No, not at all. It's just a fact. It's one of those things that isn't an opinion. It's just fact in our caucus that Harry is the best dressed. So that's the way it goes,
We'll have to check that out. So you're, are you still the health critic, or?
Well, I'm not the. I was the health critic until I announced I was running for the leadership. But now, of course, we were all no longer critics because we're leadership candidates, and so they took all our critic areas away just for the period of the campaign.
Great. So this is an arts and mental health show, and we know being in politics can be really crazy and full of stress and anxiety. If you could design your own pill, what would that be? It could be anything like chocolate, or what would your ideal stress pill be?
Oh, I don't think so. My wife Renee Saragini Saklikar is a poet, and she's wonderful to be around. And my pill really is just going home and spending time with Renee. She's doing a very different thing. She's working right now on both a novel and several books of poetry. So she's doing this incredibly introspective thing, which is writing and working at that every day, all through the day. And I'm doing this incredibly extroverted thing, which is running for the leadership. So we get together, we're each other's pills.
So you are doing some work with the NDP?
Yes, I do. I have been a member for 3 years now, and I live in the West End and sit on the executive for Spencer.
So the rumor is Spencer is probably the best dressed MLA. Can you, you've been around for 3 years, can you attest to this?
Oh yes, definitely, by far. I love Spencer, I love his wardrobe, and I love his blue suits, his green ties, and like pink shirts. I love them all.
So can you tell the viewers out there any interesting Spencer stories that the world doesn't know about?
Spencer has a twin brother who works in for, I believe, CTV or CKNW. It's funny, he's a reporter, and he looks like Spencer but with a mohawk. So yeah, I've always wanted to see his brother interview him for a news story, maybe on St. Paul's or Renner's Rights.
So I'm especially going to collect from these guys, so you must have a $20 bill.
I am timing, Adrian.
I don't. I think if I get enough money, that'll be fine. Your time?
I think you're okay. You got $20 for each bus that talks.
$20.
You got an American one there.
Oh, wait a second. What is this? A parking ticket for Gregor. Okay. Well, if you look at your $20 bills, right? And we're gonna collect a few more tonight. But if you look at your $20 bill, on one side you see the sculpture by Bill Reed, and that's an extraordinary thing. And you see I'm getting older here now. I'm getting older. But if you look at the quote by Gabrielle Waugh, right there, right? And I can't even read it anymore. So can somebody read it for me? You got it. You got it. You gonna switch that? So you're gonna read it? Come read it.
Could we ever know each other in the slightest without the arts?
You got it.
So,
Hello.
what's your name for the record?
I'm Nicholas Simons, Simons.
So you're advocating for picnics, why is that?
Well, everybody likes a picnic. You know, you get outside and you enjoy good food and probably good friends, and you get to visit with your little friend, the ants.
You also play musical instruments, so that really ups the ante. How are your the other candidates feel that you bring a musical instrument into meetings?
If they want lessons, I'll give them lessons, you know. Although the way I played tonight, maybe that wouldn't be a good idea for them. But, you know, I think we all sing together anyway.
So, of which of the candidates does the best karaoke?
We've done karaoke. I would say probably the funniest or the best. Like, there's a difference. Who will make you laugh?
The funniest. We don't want to know the best. Best karaoke. That's
I
like.
think Adrian Dix probably does the best karaoke. Someone else writes the words, you know, and you just get to sing them.
So, what do people not know about Nick?
Oh, there's not much they don't know about me. My life is an open book.
It's all on the internet. You don't need to give your passwords up. It's just.
No, you can find it all. You can friend me, and you'll know everything you need to know about me.
So, how about as a candidate? What would you like people to know about you?
Well, just that, you know, I think that we need to make sure people have confidence in politics and they know that we're thinking about the best interest of the people. You know, that's our job. And sometimes we make plans and we make promises that are like short-term promises. We got to be looking at the long-term future. So make sure we make good policy that lasts a long time, that makes sure that, you know, we address the problems of future generations, not just this generation.
Great, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Picnic. So Dana Larson, NDP leadership hopeful, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
So you had come from the marijuana party, is this correct?
I'm the former leader of the BC Marijuana Party, that's right. So I'm the only one of the candidates with party leadership experience.
So how is that coming into the NDP group? Were they welcome with open arms and brownies, or?
Yeah, well, NDP policy provincially, which I helped write on marijuana, is to tax and regulate, and so I support that. But I got a lot of things that I've been talking about in this campaign, and I'm really happy with how it's going so far. We've had like 6 public debates, and I think I've been giving a good showing, and people don't really always know who I am, but after I speak, they like what I had to say.
So what show did you have on CJSF?
Oh, I helped do the news. We did the news shows. We did some music spinning as well.
So tell us your a memorable CJSF story.
Oh man, it was a long time ago. But I remember we used to do some funny news stuff as well. So I remember I got in trouble one time because I brought in the Weekly World News and I was reading stories off of there. And the woman who was running the station wasn't so happy about that, and I got chastised. I had to stick to serious news.
So now, being an ex-media community person, what skills are you going to bring to the NDP leadership?
Well, I've had lots of experience over my life, as well as going to SFU. I've founded small businesses, I've run nonprofit societies, I wrote a funny book called Harry Pothead and the Marijuana Stone, which has done quite well. And so I think all those kind of things, communicating with people and expressing ideas and winning people over with your words, that's what politics is all about. And I hope my experiences will let me do those things effectively.
And I just want to say, the recording industry in British Columbia, we can certainly strengthen it, but I did play with a punk band. The last professional job I did was a Rise Against Chicago-based band, and this is not what I'm going to play tonight. I have to tell you, I did listen to most of the album I was on, but not all of it. Don't tell them I said that.
Thank you.